Hi everybody, it's Miss Vinise and welcome to another Preschoolers Explore STEM program. Are you guys ready to explore? Are you guys ready to explore STEM? Do you guys remember what STEM stands for? You're right, it stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Today we're going to focus on the S in STEM by doing a science experiment. And focusing in even more, we're going to do a biology experiment. And biology is the science of living things. The experiment we're going to do together is a chromatography experiment. What is chromatography? Chromatography is when you use a solution or a vapor to separate components or parts of a mixture or a piece of a living thing. So today we're going to use rubbing alcohol to separate out all the different color pigments in leaves because it's fall, and during the fall the leaves change different colors. So we're going to explore the different colors that the leaves change. And we're going to get started, but before we get started, I have to go get my kit. I'll be right back. All right, I have my leaf chromatography experiment kit that I picked up at the library. And inside the kit, I have one set of instructions, 5 strips of filter paper. This filter paper is cut from coffee filters, 1 small bottle of rubbing alcohol, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 popsicle sticks. For this experiment, we're going to need to get some supplies from home as well. For our leaf experiment, of course, we're going to need to find some leaves. I found these leaves outside the library, and they're very beautiful autumn colors. I found a yellow leaf, a brownish leaf, a green leaf, and a red leaf. We're also going to need some cups, a spoon, a plate, and some plastic wrap. Let me go see if I have that stuff. Had it right over here, ready to go. So I got my plastic wrap. I have just a regular metal spoon, some small cups, and a ceramic dish. So let's get started with our experiment. The first thing we're going to do is grab one of our leaves. I'm going to grab this big green one, and we're going to start tearing it up over the plate. So you don't have to tear up the whole thing. I'm going to tear up about this much. Tear it up into little pieces. You can also use scissors if you would like to, but you can just rip it up right with your hands, just like I am. So I've ripped up my green leaf into little pieces, and now we're going to smash it even smaller with our spoon. So I'm going to grind the leaf with the bottom of my spoon like this to really try to get it into tiny pieces that are smashed up a little bit. So I've ripped up my leaf and now I've smashed it up. You see the tiny little green pieces? That's kind of what we're aiming for. And now I'm going to slide my green pieces right into one of these cups, just like this. Now, the next step is very important. We have to clean our plate and cup in between each leaf so we don't cause any cross-contamination. We don't want this green pigment to accidentally get mixed in with our yellow leaf by just leaving the plate the way it is. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and clean off my plate and spoon and set aside my green leaf cup. So I've ripped up, smashed, slid, and put all 4 of my different colored leaves into different cups. I've got a yellow leaf, a green leaf, a red leaf, and our brown leaf. This is the stinky step because rubbing alcohol is kind of a smelly liquid. And you might want to ask a grown-up to help you with this next step. What we're going to do is we're going to put enough rubbing alcohol in each one of these cups just to cover the leaves. So, not very much at all. And in fact, I'll come a little bit closer. So I have the rubbing alcohol and my leaf cup. This is my brown leaf cup. And I'm just going to squirt a little in there. You hear it glug, glug, glug. I'll swish it around a little. And it's not very much at all. In fact, I didn't even use 1/4 of my bottle of rubbing alcohol. I'm going to do it again to this red one. Glug, 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 glug. Swish. I could use one more glug. Glug, glug, glug. Perfect. Time for the green one. Glug, glug, glug. Ooh, and I have plenty left for my yellow. Now, if you're doing this right along with me, you probably smell the rubbing alcohol by now. It almost smells like a very, very, very strong hand sanitizer because part of hand sanitizer is rubbing alcohol. The rubbing alcohol is going to help pull all the different sized pigments or the color parts of the leaf apart from each other. But this process takes kind of a long time. It takes at least 4 hours, but just to be safe, I'm going to leave mine overnight. So we don't smell up the whole house, and in my case, smell up the whole library with rubbing alcohol. I'm going to put some plastic wrap over each cup. And then I'm going to set my cups aside where no one, or if you have pets, or cats and dogs, can't get to them. And then tomorrow morning, we'll finish the rest of our experiment. So you can go ahead and pause this video right now, and you can resume it when you start up the experiment again. I'll see you soon. Hi, welcome back. And as you can see, it's a whole new day. It's morning now, and our leaves have been sitting in the rubbing alcohol solution overnight. In fact, mine have been sitting for about 20 hours, so the leaves should be really broken up in the alcohol solution. To figure out what pigments are in each leaf, we need to create a path for those pigments to take. And the way we're going to create the path is by using these filter strips. First, let's take off the plastic wrap of each of these cups. Whew, it is stinky, that rubbing alcohol. There's my yellow cup. Here is my green cup. My brown cup, and this should be my red leaf cup. Perfect. All right, let me set this aside, and I'll show you how we're going to create a path using filter strips. You need to take one of these popsicle sticks and take a filter strip and very carefully roll it around the popsicle stick until it's about the same length as the cup. So I have a little bit more rolling to do. Let's see, 1, 2 more times should do it. So now I have kind of this T. I'm going to put the letter T right inside the cup, just enough so the very bottom of my filter strip is touching the rubbing alcohol solution. We're going to do this for every single cup. There are other ways you can do it. If you would like to, you can also just fold it in half over and then clip it. We do have a pair of scissors right here. Just enough. Ooh, that was not enough. There we go. Just enough so the filter paper is barely touching that alcohol solution. You can also just fold the filter paper in half and kind of let it hang like that. And if you have any clothespins, you can also clothespin it. I'm going to do the last one with the popsicle stick. So once again, I'm just going to roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Let's see. Just a little bit more rolling. Here we go. Put it right on top. And now our color pigment has a path to climb up and separate. You can't see it just now. We actually have to wait for another 30 minutes. But as you can see, the water is climbing up the strip of filter paper right now. And we'll see what colors end up on that filter paper. So we have to wait another 30 minutes. So go ahead and pause this video, and then you can resume it after the 30-minute wait has gone by. See you guys soon. All right, hopefully it's been 30 minutes and our filter strips have been hanging out inside our leaf rubbing alcohol solution. And before we check on the filter strips, why don't we let them dry a little bit? So what I'm going to do is take the filter strips and kind of fold them up and rest them over the cup. So we can let them dry before we check out to see if we get any special pigments. While they're drying, I'd like to tell you all about why leaves change color in the fall. That's the main question, right? When leaves on trees are green, they are creating food through a process called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is when plants take sunshine, water, and a chemical called carbon dioxide, or CO2, to make plant food. It's kind of a sugar, not the sugar we eat. It's a kind of food that plants need to grow bigger and stronger and to help them create seeds and nuts and fruit. So eventually they can have more little baby trees. Now in the fall, photosynthesis, it stops. And that means that you can no longer see the green, which is a sign of photosynthesis occurring in the plants. The green in plants is called chlorophyll. when the chlorophyll is gone, you get to see underneath it the true colors of the leaves. Some of the leaves will be yellow, and the yellow in plants is called xanthophyll. Some of them will turn orange. The orange in plants is carotene. That sounds an awful lot like a vegetable I like. Oh, carrots. Carrots are also orange. And do you know why carrots are orange? Because they have tons of carotene. And some of the leaves are going to look reddish or purple. And this one is the very tricky name. It's anthocyanin. So anthocyanin, carotene, xanthophyll, and chlorophyll are the different colors inside plants. Eventually, the plants lose all color, turn brown, and in the fall, they all fall down. All right, now we're going to check to see if we have any colors on our strips. Rubbing alcohol dries rapidly. That's why when you use hand sanitizer, it doesn't take super long for the liquid to dry up. So I should just give it 1 or 2 more minutes until the strips are fully dry, and you can tell when they're dry because there'll be more of this whiter color than the darker grayish color. All right, so go ahead, pause the video and check to see if your strips are fully dried. All right, it looks like the strips are mostly dry, and we can see what color pigments are in each leaf. Now, I didn't crush my leaves up as good as I probably could have. So the color on my filter strips is very light and faint. But this is the brown one, and it looks like there's brown pigment. The brown pigment started to climb up the path of the filter. And of course, my green one, lots and lots and lots of chlorophyll, as you can see. And it looks like maybe this leaf will turn yellow eventually because I see some xanthophyll there as well. I have my yellow and my red. My red one, actually, I don't think I crushed it up very well at all because you can barely see a faint line. But that's the fun of doing experiments, is you get to see what works, what doesn't, maybe how you can make the experiment better next time. And if you would like to try this experiment again, maybe try crushing up the leaves a little bit more, maybe try something else instead of leaves. This chromatography experiment also works really well with things like markers, flower petals, vegetables. So if you took a carrot peel, peeled it, smashed it, put some rubbing alcohol for 24 hours, or probably just overnight, and did a filter strip, you could probably see what color pigments are in the carrot as well. So this was a lot of fun, and until next time, I hope you guys keep exploring, and I'll have another fun experiment in November for you guys. Bye.